to my garage is like 20 miles from the house. The wheel's going to fall off. I'm going to go off in a ravine and blow up, you know? I'm not driving that fucking thing.
How much is it going to cost?
Well, I don't know, but I got to get it fixed.
Where is Lucky Ward tonight?
All right, Eddie.
Is he out of cigarettes, or don't he need them anymore? Is Hot Horse calling him up in his best 3-day drunk voice, asking, "Well, hiya, you old bastard. Why aren't you dead yet? And if you were, how could you ever tell?" Damn it, he goes. My phone doesn't ring for a week, and then I get 3 phone calls in an hour, 2 wrong numbers, and this. And you know, pal, I just don't see the difference. All the rest of you smart-ass bastards have got machines to screen these things out. Now, I'll ask you, what have I got? The line went silent. Smatter, you out of questions? Hot Horse could feel Lucky's grin in the receiver. I know what you want. You want news, don't you? The details. Divorce, infidelity, drunken confessions, alibis, bragging either how much money you make or how much you owe. Well, you could forget it. The silence went on longer this time. Yikes, thought Hot Horse. I only wanted to ask him how his kids were. Then Lucky Ward said, "Keep away from me there, pal. I don't know you anymore. Just too long ago to be bothered digging up a bunch of old bones for a little leftover meat. Yeah, I remember you. So what? How'd you get this number anyway? It's supposed to be enlisted." "Oh," Hot Horse says. "Ran into an old friend of yours last night." "Yeah? Like who?" Now Lucky Ward is interested. The silence went on, and then clicked, like the sound of an old plastic faceplate switch, or gravel and dirt falling off a shovel, followed by the dial tone. And now, in the dark, it's Hot Horse who has the grin. He whispered, "Love that man."
Goodbye forever, old fellows and gals. Goodbye forever, old sweethearts and pals. God bless them.
All the old cars. In the end, it might just be true that we end up like old cars, waiting for something to break down that they just can't fix or don't make anymore. We can't afford either the parts or the service. Some are manufactured, born, with serious factory defects, fatal structural flaws, crack blocks, or ill-designed chassis. Some get lucky, get slant sixes, and as long as you keep them in oil and plugs, as they say, you can't kill them. Others get screwed at the factory gates, get born gremlins or pintos, or that rare forgotten affliction, the Etzel. Pity those poor luckless bastards. Their recalls are ignored. They never really get out of the chute cleanly, so they maim and cripple and crash and burn, and their chronometers seldom go beyond a few thousand miles. Really, after all the punishing, expensive substance spare part addiction at the local service department at some vampiric dealership, when at last they crash and burn, who doesn't sadly shake their head and say, after all, it's for the best? Some unexplainably survive the years, the mileage, solely on the strength of this become classics and are given collectible status. Get restored, babied, polished lovingly with an old soft diaper, hidden safe all winter in a heated, dry garage, only to go out for joyrides on gentle June twilights. Yeah, sure. However, most of us get run into the ground all year round, in every weather, day and night, prone to chronic breakdowns, just one damn thing after another, till finally we grow reckless. Start pulling at the wheel towards the next telephone pole, rev the hell out of the engine, going nowhere fast, spend the last day always on the lookout for the nearest cliff to drive right off in an empty space, honking the horn, radio blaring, laughing hysterically. And the newest generation of all this? Yeah, sure. Boy, you just wait till all that complicated, high-tech, expensive, state-of-the-art, pain-in-the-ass, de jour computer chip guts of yours is obsolete in the next 10 minutes. And nobody, and I mean nobody, either knows how or can afford to fix you up and hook your snot back online. But what is this country if not its own vehicle? All the Comets, the Dodges, the old Falcons, the Bel Air, the Buick, the Tempest in a Teapot, not to mention the Burgundy Thunderbirds, the Midnight Blue Ramblers, somewhere over the rainbow VW buses, cream puff caddies, gleaming steel bumper Rams and Broncos, all good berths. But those questionable, dubious lineage oil line, God help the Rabbits, the Escorts, the Omnis, the rust-scarred stretch-mark Granadas, the Stingray ragtops, the bimbo boxes, the high-strung penis-nosed Corvettes, the clearly cursed Porsches, the yuppie hell-induced Beamers, Lamborghinis, and the PT Cruiser. What it might come down to is this. You cannot choose the make and model and color and style in which you were born in the 21st century American mobile caste system. However, you can clearly decide on the upkeep, the hard miles you'll put on, and just how clean you'll keep it inside. Accidents? Now you're talking act of God or Detroit.